Yo, son. You ever felt the funny vibe? What you supposed to do? And your mans ain't your mans. And your friends ain't your friends. And your money ain't yours no more. Niggas wanna count your own money. Niggas wanna see what the fuck you got. What the fuck you got. What the fuck you got.
12 to 13. Now, usually, I don't say anything for New Year's because I don't even like to participate in it. Just another day. But a lot of people, 85% of the world, feel optimistic because it's a new year, just because the calendar rolled over. They feel something new is going to happen for them. And the only excuse I have for even making this podcast is, one, because I haven't been on here probably a month, been too busy. And two, because sometimes I get well wishes from a lot of cats that I know. And sometimes it just kind of gets to me. I'm just a different kind of cat. So sometimes I see it and I think, you know, we've been saying this shit for the last 10, 15 years. That next year's going to be better. Next year's going to be better. Next year's going to be better. You know, next year we might be dead, motherfuckers. So I don't understand why we keep, you know, being optimistic about something that we haven't been able to do for the last 15, 20 years of our lives. If we haven't figured out how to be rich yet, motherfucker, what makes you think this year is going to be any better? Did we learn any new information? Did something come across our desk? Did we win a lottery and shit? It's like just being optimistic for optimistic's sake. And I understand that on a deeper level. But I don't understand it on the level of hustling, what we trying to do. So for this podcast, the reason why I call it 12 to 13 is obvious because it's 2012 going into 2013. But also I wanted you to remember and think back when you went from the age of 12 to the age of 13. When you stopped doing the kiddie stuff and you started thinking you were a little bit more grown up. You thought you were finally a teenager. And people looked at you different. And you started acting different. You started doing things different. There was a time when you played marbles or anything else. Then there was a time that you just started talking to women or started talking to girls at that age. You know what I mean? You just changed your life. You thought differently. So for this 2012 going into 2013, I want all of us to sit down and think about what we have to do differently. You know what I mean? For me, I always have, I always come up with a theme at the beginning of every new year. I always write it down, put it on a piece of paper, stick it on my door as I'm walking out the door. And this year was, for me to live up to my true potential, to my full potential. Sometimes I feel that I'm doing half-ass stuff. I'm not giving it my all. I'm not trying to be there. I got enough in me to end the whole game this year, this month, today, but I'm not giving that effort. So I want to give myself something to look at as I walk out the door to say, give that full effort. Do what you're capable of doing. Live how you're capable of living. You know what I'm saying? Produce what you're capable of producing. Manifest what can be manifested. You know what I'm saying? Do everything. But the reason why I brought this up is because, first of all, man, we all have to sit down. And I don't even like going through this exercise, but it's something that everyone has to do. During this time, because all of us feel pretty optimistic, you know what I'm saying? People going to get you drunk and high and, there's some random woman going to kiss you or something, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? And you feel good. It was a good day and you come into work and you think you hope that you don't write 2012 on your papers for the plantation. You hope you don't type it in on your keyboard for the plantation. For this year, the exercise is basically, man, for you to write down 5 things that you need to get accomplished this year. And like I said, I hate this thing because, people get mad at me that I don't keep papers, but I keep it all in my head. I try to stay focused every day on what I need to do and what I need to bring into being. So I don't usually have papers. I don't usually write things down that much. But this year I'm going to attack the game a little bit different. I'm going to try to get something up there to attack what I really want to come into being, because I'm tired of waking up and getting calls from people with no real plan and no real purpose telling me, this year's going to be better without absolutely no proof. So the only way we can have some kind of proof is we sit down, write it down, and scratch those things off. And they have to be ambitious 5. I don't want them to be a low 5, a slow 5. I want them to be an ambitious 5. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to own a condo in Manhattan, in the middle of Manhattan? Do you want to start a business this year? We got to get it down to the real thing we're trying to do. And the only reason, like I said, I keep bringing this up over and over and over again is because sometimes I think, we use this year, New Year's as an excuse. Like going to confessional if you're a Catholic. You know what I'm saying? I went in there, I talked to Father whoever, and I told him my sins, and then he cleared me up, and I run outside like a little kid feeling that things are going to get better. You know what I'm saying? And I think we feel that way with the new year. We feel like that year is gone. We made it. And I don't know how you make through something that you just live. I mean, ain't like you were enduring anything, motherfucker. You just lived and woke up the next day. But that's some bullshit right there, too. And, but you know what I'm saying? We don't have any proof. And we have to start creating some kind of proof that last year was a good year. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucking animal survives. A deer that didn't get shot this year is fucking celebrating that he ain't dead either. I mean, you know, we start off at that low point with what our goals are and what we hope to accomplish. And, you know, thank God I breathe every day. That shit don't help nothing. So we need to get focused. And the reason, you know, like I said, I keep saying this over and over and over, I guess. Not as sharp as I used to be on this, but the reason I bring this up is because I get personally tired of it. I get tired of well wishes and with no plan, and I get tired of motherfuckers feeling that they're going to be somehow with no plan, no reasoning. Somehow this is going to be a good year, only because they changed the numbers. I mean, and this shit ain't real anyway. I mean. No, it's just like that Mayan thing or whatever. You know, motherfuckers believe in dates that don't really make sense. The earth didn't start. You know what I'm saying? It didn't start because your buddy White Jesus died. The world didn't start on the day that motherfucker died. But the thing is, you need to really focus and get some kind of goals down, accomplish something. And I you know, like I said, I can't reiterate this enough, man. It's a weakness to wait to the end of the year and not to look back on what you have not accomplished and not kick yourself and not think, damn, I lost another opportunity. I ruined that. I wasn't on my job. I'm not saying that you got to be on yourself that you want to commit suicide. I'm telling you that, you know, you need to recognize your own failures. You need to recognize your own missteps. I try to do this at least once a week, that I sit back in retrospect and think about, you didn't do this, you were relying on this person too much, that deal didn't go through, what you gonna do next, what, you know, why did it fail? I'm always trying to check myself, correct myself, you understand what I'm saying, and get back on point. But I guess it's just part of me just does not like that people, and even my friends, you know, you know, want to wish me well, like it's gonna be a good year, and I don't know what the hell that's about, man. You could wish me well on the 4th of July, homie. What difference does it make to me? And maybe I'm just too sarcastic or, you know, too cynical to even pay attention to this shit. But what I want you to do, young homie, for the rest of this year, or even just for today as this podcast comes out, because I didn't plan it, just going to be out, you know, New Year's Eve. I want you to sit down, man. Give me about 10, 15 minutes of your life, homie, and write down what you want to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Post that shit on your door, on your way out of your house, on the way out of your room if y'all have roommates, on the way, you know what I'm saying, somewhere where you have to pay attention to it. Get a red marker out, homie, because you're going to see red, and say, this is what I need to accomplish in 2013, and let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care if it's just to lose weight. I got to lose weight too. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep hustling. And it's just a lot of little things, but don't make it bigger than 5. Because motherfuckers will write 300, and you ain't gonna do 300. You need to do a number that you can do, even if y'all cats scared to do, you know, 5 and you want to do 2, or do 2. You know what I'm saying? But I just hate this whole let's party because a new year is starting and we're gonna be out there. This shit is so slave oriented, man. I swear to God, it bothers me to another level of people. Feeling that things are going to change for absolutely no reason, and then the next day they go back to the plantation to do exactly what they did the year before. And you know what I'm saying? Then people want to ask you, what did you do on New Year's, and how was your New Year's, and what were some of your resolutions, and then, you know, Bally's and LA Fitness and you know, Crunch Gym are all going to be selling you new memberships and shit, and Nutrisystem's gonna get on there and say this is a good year to be losing weight, and then some other hustler gonna get on there and tell you it's a good year to learn Spanish and shit, or, you know, Rosetta Stone gonna be pushing that shit to you too. So I want you to always, really focus on what you can accomplish. A lot of my dudes, I'm getting email from a lot of you cats, and let me say this as the new year begins. I'm very humbled by and appreciative of cats who are doing their thing and kind of cite me as a reason for helping them do it or get through it, and I appreciate that. That's an accomplishment for me. When I do the RNG or even do the $1.15 book, my goal was to, give information out for free, because cats always trying to hide it, telling you the game needs to be sold, not told, all this old dumb slave shit that motherfuckers who don't want to help nobody come up with them in their mind. So as I receive all them emails, and it's been a good year, because I got a lot of emails from cats who, finishing up school, cats who starting businesses, cats who got out the service and now doing their thing, setting up their business. And I mean, it's just amazing, homie. And you know what I'm saying? It makes me happy. It makes me, sometimes when you do something, you don't know if people get to build with it or do something with it. So I'm always appreciative. But those are my accomplishments for 2012, that I actually did help somebody, that I actually did, change the way cats were thinking about these chips, man, and how we go about this life. So I'm very appreciative and very humbled by that. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's out there doing something. For the motherfuckers who ain't doing nothing, man, I ain't really too happy about it. I ain't too happy about motherfuckers who ain't trying. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe this year, 2013, you'll be the cat that does something instead of the cat that listens all damn day. But back on point, man, what I want you to do is that I want you to focus. 2013 is just another day, another year. It don't really make a difference, homie. It's the difference between Tuesday and Wednesday, which is absolutely motherfucking nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but I want us to, if we in this moment, let me say this too. Just because we know more doesn't mean we don't live amongst everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Just because that there's businesses and there's opportunities and people are taking advantage of you. You get 10 cents on a dollar for your slave work, and there's a plantation, and sharecropping deals motherfuckers throwing out here. Doesn't mean we don't live with everybody else. And I get caught up in the moment too. If I'm out chilling and everybody having a good time, I want to have a good time too. I ain't the dude who's gonna ruin your high with the hustle, homie. I like to enjoy myself too. But you know what I'm saying? I want us to be in the moment of enjoying ourselves amongst our friends or partners, you know what I'm saying? Family, kin, and friends, homie, and you know what I'm saying, and enjoy that moment. But I also want us to step outside of it. Part of being, what I consider to be a complete person is the ability to walk in all man's shoes, to do all things with everybody. To be with the dude on the street, understanding what he thinking, to be the dudes in the at the bank making checks, making deposits. We want to understand that part of the game too. I consider that to be a total person. You don't separate yourself from saying I only hang out with middle class people, only hang out with educated people. A total person understands the game from A to Z. You know what I'm saying? So, I try to do that. But what I'm really trying to get across for this point is just that, live like everybody else, but do what they can't do. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy. Have a drink, man. I don't even care for the drinking, but, do what you gotta do. Go to the beach, go to the club, enjoy yourself. But, think about how you could build for yourself. And that's what separates me from most of the cats I'm hanging around. Dudes ain't making no moves, ain't pushing themselves, ain't doing nothing. I mean, I'm sitting right next to them. But if you count on me for another 30 days, I'm going to be doing something bigger. I learned, I've grown, I've done something new. So, we have to learn to live amongst everybody else. And this New Year's holiday or whatever this shit is no different, homie. I mean, I'm going to go out and enjoy myself, say what's up to people, and get some fake hugs, and, what I'm saying, say what's up to people, and meet some women, hopefully, and enjoy myself a little bit. But you got to, don't get caught up in the moment. It is just a moment, you know what I'm saying? And then, refocus on the thing. So, long story short, crazy podcast as this was, like I said, unplanned, unscripted. Just handle your business. I don't want anybody listening to RNG to be thinking it's going to be a good year without no effort. Everything in this world requires us doing something to bring it into being. Nothing comes from nothing. A dollar has to be paid. You know what I mean? For you to even win a chance to win a lottery, a sacrifice had to be done on your part. That dollar had to be given over, homie. You have to pay to play this game. We have to pay the price. We have to pay the sacrifice. We got to do all this shit to actually win. And I don't want any, crazy, super optimistic angles coming from people who just think, it's just going to be a new year primarily because, you know what? Because it's just January 1st. I don't know where this shit came from, man. I swear to you, man. I think most people are too brainwashed to even pay attention. I just think they want to. Sometimes, let me give you something, man. Straight up, the further you are away from your independence, what I'm saying, whether that be mentally, financially, spiritually, the further you are away from your independence, the more you celebrate bullshit. A trapped man is happy that someone gave him some bread or something, or there was a little bit of light that came through. I mean, these are all the angles of people who are trapped. That's why they celebrate so much. You know what I'm saying? If you live in a horrible situation, you are really poor. HBO coming on for free or something for a week is a big plus, homie, because shit, you don't have that much. You know what I'm saying? So to me, New Year's is one of them holidays, man, where the slaves feel rejuvenated. Like this year, something new is gonna happen, and I don't know how that shit gonna happen if we ain't doing nothing, if we ain't building nothing. Maybe I was born into a situation that makes me more pessimistic than most people, because I think, ain't nobody really gave me nothing, so I don't know how I'm just walking around thinking shit just gonna pop for me, because for the sake of popping, but like I said, enjoy yourself, man. Have some fun, chop it up with your partners, man, and break bread with people, and you know what I'm saying, pick up some new books. I don't care if your goal is to read 20 books on real estate. If y'all want to get into real estate, focus on them real estate books and knock out 100 of them. Get that knowledge in your head. I don't care if you want to learn how to trade stocks. Go ahead and pick up 10 books and make sure you read them all. Whatever the goal is, make sure the goal is building, and make sure the shit gets accomplished. Make sure we aren't here and saying, I'm not going to make a podcast called 13 to 14 where I'm trying to make up shit. You know what I'm saying? To relate it to us, being too passive in this game. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm trying to relate it to, when you were 12 and then you got to 13 and then in junior high, you know what I'm saying? You had to switch classes and you thought you were going to get lost. I can sit here and imagine all that shit and relate it to the chip chase, on me to the chip game, but I usually don't. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to put this out to let you know that without accomplishment, it won't be a good year. Without us setting the damn path and walking down that walk, you understand what I'm saying? We're never going to get it. And today is just another motherfucking day where you get to see the level of sucker shit that permeates the whole goddamn world, as they feel optimistic for no reason. Like a slave surviving the plantation. You know what I'm saying? You wake up tomorrow and wow, I made it. You didn't get better. You didn't build nothing better. You don't see a way out. You're not trying to get out. How is this motherfucking day any better than any other of the 365 that preceded it? Because on the calendar it says 1/1/13. Because you see motherfuckers on Times Square, in the middle of the night going, yeah, 10, and then they drop a damn apple, or if you in Vegas, or you got fireworks, or you on a beach, and you hug your girl, and you say, it's going to be a great year, and shit, I hope one of them girls, if they got some women listening, I hope you look at the motherfucker next to you and say, how? How is this shit going to be better? What is the motherfucking plan, young partner? What are we going to do? How is this going to be better? You know what I'm saying? We just can't be saying shit without doing shit with it. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm on one with this one. And Happy New Year to everybody who celebrate that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be out there looking like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Not with the top hat and the funny glasses that say 2013 and shit on my eyeballs. I ain't gonna do that shit. But the thing is, you know what I'm saying? I wish everybody I wish everybody just get up and hustle. Fuck a new year. I wish everybody would take a chance on themselves. I wish everybody would make a plan and see where they are and sit down on today and make a plan and say, this is where I am and this is where I need to be, and figure this shit out, and let's start going down that road. You know what I'm saying? I wish you would, won't get sick this year so you can hustle more hours. I wish you don't get caught up in the bullshit so you can hustle more hours. I wish you would, stop entertaining haters and everybody else who don't really matter so you can hustle more hours. I wish that you would stay focused and be efficient and get everything you need in this new year, because God knows you could have got it last year. The only reason why you didn't get it is because you weren't focused. Happy New Year, partner. Next time.